How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Lewis. I'm here on a special guest appearance for Crispy TCG. We're gonna go over the OP07 leaks. We got a doozy of a number of cards to go over, and I'm pretty excited.
That was great. That was great. Yeah, if you guys don't remember Lewis, he was in the case opening. If you haven't seen that, go watch it because it's kind of sick.
And for
But
those of you who have seen it, I blew your eardrums out when we pulled the Manga Luffy.
that is true. I had to turn you down. I didn't want him to didn't want him to be mad about that. But I figured we'd start with the leaders because they're leaders. It's kind of important.
The
Make
the main part of the strategy.
yeah, kind of make other cards make a little bit more sense. But just because we're here, Dragon, we love red. You want to read effect? You read effect.
All right. So he's activate main once per turn. You give up to a total of 2 of your currently attached on to one of your characters, which I find interesting. It's like Nami or the OG Red Luffy,
Yup.
but the Dawn has to be attached.
Yeah, when I first read that, I thought it was literally just Power Crept Luffy, but it's like attached Dawn. So that is pretty cool. I know there's another card that'll definitely synergize well with this. But yeah, all the Revolutionary Armies having that usually like 7K number to use their effects, definitely
Yep.
helps. It's cool. And I guess we'll go to Foxy. I'll read him, sure. Also, 5K, 5 life for a dragon, if that matters. Same thing, 5 life, 5 power for Foxy. He's purple. 1 attacking, Dawn -3. If you have 3 or more Foxy pirate characters in play, choose up to 1 of each of your opponent's rested leaders and characters. The cards you choose do not become active during their owner's next refresh phase. Is that 10-drop Dofi?
Yeah, basically, except you got a -3 Dawn and then actually have a board.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I think that's kind of fitting with his devil fruit. Slowing
That
everyone
makes sense.
down. That's kind of cool. I
Being
like
annoying.
that. The Afro Luffy better be in the.
Oh man, if they give us an Afro Luffy, that'd be so awesome.
That'd be too lit.
Get the boxing, the fit and everything.
Yup. You already know. Yeah, that sounds pretty solid. I guess a bit conditional having 3 Foxy pirates, but I mean it's a very good effect if you resolve it. I mean,
Yeah, no, for sure. It gives you and it also gives you, a little time to a little breathing room too, not to worry about something attacking you.
yeah. Also, we'll keep your board around, which is nice. I don't know where the rest of the. Okay, they're up. Bonnie, I'm most excited for Bonnie. You go.
She's 5 life, 5K power, supernova Bonnie Pirates. When an opponent attacks once per turn, you can rest 1 Dawn and rest up to 1 of your opponent leaders or characters.
That
All I have to
sounds.
say, all I have to say is that I'm so glad that Sugar doesn't work with this leader.
Yeah, we actually saw this one a bit earlier, and he sent it to me. He's like, "Yo, Sugar with this leader, just you do anything, just 2 of your cards get tapped." And I was like, "Nah, it's Don Quixote lock." But that would have been some menace shit. But yeah, the effect sounds really solid. I mean,
Yeah, it's gonna be really annoying to get around. Just especially like early game, you only basically get 1 attack
yeah,
because I doubt you're gonna be attacking with more than 1 thing early on, and especially when going for game, you're gonna have to play around this heavily.
100%. Also, can just like trade with little blockers that like say they don't have much of a board, they just swing 5 at you.
Yeah, exactly. You,
Just
you rest a blocker and then you go at them next turn.
yeah, it can definitely help going for game. Pretty
It's
sweet.
it's it's also nuts that it's 1 Dawn and it can rest anything. There's no restriction.
Yeah. Just leader or characters. It's really good. Next up, Boa Hancock. 5/5 again. 7 Warlords, Kuja Pirates. During your turn, once per turn, you may activate this when a character. I guess maybe supposed to say this effect, whatever, it doesn't matter. When a character leaves play from one of your abilities, if you have 5 or less cards in hand, draw 1 card. Blue does a whole lot of bouncing stuff and bottoming stuff, so I mean, just extra card economy, can't complain.
My only complaint with this is that it has to be the effect has to be on your turn and one of your characters has to leave.
Is it
I
your
know blue.
characters? I think it's
Yeah.
just when a character.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I
Yeah.
read your for some reason. All right, so that's a lot better. So like it essentially does what is it, the 5 drop does or the 3 drop? I forget the when it blocks or whatever.
Oh,
You have 6 cards in hand.
yeah, it's just a 4-drop boa blocker. I wish it wasn't limited to 5 or less cards in hand. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, which is weird for a leader ability to be limited like that. But I guess I don't know. Because then I think it's a little restrictive considering you're not gonna like like it's gonna warp the strategy of the deck like to just you know trying to like bounce stuff all the time. Like most of the time you're not playing that many events in your deck.
Yeah, you're definitely maxing out on like Red Rock, 3000 Worlds, stuff like that. There's probably also new cards that I imagine would do a similar effect. So
Yeah, synergize.
yeah, we'll have to see. We got Robert Lucci coming up. That's you.
Before I read the effect, the regular art of this card goes so hard. I love it.
The double punch.
There's a black leader, 5 life, 5k power, CP0. When attacking, you may trash the top 2 cards of your deck. Give up to one of your opponent's characters -1 cost for the turn. It's just typical black shenanigans, if you ask me.
Yeah, this seems like it might be one of the most like just the best generic leader to just get
For
what you
black,
want done. Like Sakazuki has a very similar, generic effect, but milling 2 is very strong in black, just
Yep.
having access to your graveyard, Rebecca adding stuff back, and just having a free -1. It's basically Sakazuki. So yeah, it's solid.
Yeah, I have no complaints about the card. Like it does everything black wants to do, and it's not restricting you to playing certain cards.
Yeah, I think it's like a different form of consistency because Sakazuki will cycle every turn, but you're milling 2 every turn, so it's kind of like you should still see a decent amount of cards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm sure 7-drop Luffy would be super easy to play in this.
Yeah, you definitely could. That's funny, actually. I didn't think about that. And there is one more, but it's out of place. We'll find it. And that is
There he
Vegapunk. He's 2 life, 5k power. Has the wisdom stat. I don't know if I assume there's more in that game, but I don't think I've seen any with the wisdom.
Yeah.
But he cannot attack. And activate main once per turn, 1 Dawn. Place up to 1 cost 5 or less card with the Egghead type from your hand face up on top of your life or into play. This is yellow iceberg. That's all I have to say.
I already hate it now, and more life shenanigans like this just sounds really annoying to me because the way like I thought about it and turn 1 is free life. Turn 2, the guy's not you're not getting attacked, so turn 3, you're probably getting another life. You're at F4, and then I'm sure if you can keep a healthy hand and other cards that would probably synergize to keep your hand healthy or whatever the case may be, it's gonna be kind of annoying to get through all that life eventually.
Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be like, depending on what other Egghead cards they print, but I feel like this is gonna be like the most control-y kind of yellow deck that exists.
Yep. And think about it. Imagine you don't want turn 1, you don't want an extra life. You get a 5-drop for free, bro.
Yeah, you
Turn
could just slap down a 5-drop, which is funny. And I mean, like honestly, turn 1, you don't even necessarily need to heal. Like they're not gonna have a board.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
not getting attacked. You could defend the leader attack easily.
Yeah, and you're paying a Dawn rather than like an Iceberg where you minus a Dawn, so it kind of throws off your curve a bit. So yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. I think of all the leaders, this is the most interesting one.
Yeah, I'm excited to see all the other Egghead cards that would synergize with this and see how well this deck can play.
Yeah.
Even though I already hate it now as it is.
We love yellow.
Stop it.
We can start from the top. You got Sanji. Go for it.
All right, Sanji. He's a 3-cost 4k power, 2k counter. Wow, that's pretty good. Activate main. You may place this card in your trash. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, then place them at the top or bottom of your deck in your preferred order. That's obviously gonna synergize with Boa Hancock leader. You can what? Oh, you have to put it in play to get that effect, right? And then remove it.
Yeah, you have to like sack it off.
That's like searching with extra steps, if you ask me.
It's kind of like Dofi blocker, but without the blocker on the board. I
Like I said,
mean,
it synergizes with the boa Hancock, but
yeah,
it's
you can go -1 to make sure you get a draw off leader effect.
but you can stack the deck to get the card you want.
Yeah, I mean,
And
yeah, it's kind of, yeah, it is just a draw kind of from the top five. It's,
but like I said, it's searching with extra steps
yeah,
essentially.
it is kind of funny. It's a 2K though, so I mean, it'll
Yeah, I'm
just
sure
being a 2K is good.
it's yeah, it's already gonna be like a staple in the deck. I'm sure.
Yeah. Uh, moving on, we got Porcha. I'm pretty sure
I
it's
would say
Porcha.
Porsche.
Porsche. All right, word. 3/5 on play. Dawn -1. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Add one of Foxy Pirates to your hand. Place the remainder on the bottom of your deck in any order. Then you may play up to one 4K power or lower purple character from hand. This is Film Nami without the attack, but you cheat out a little guy. I assume it's gonna be the main searcher of the deck, unless they also give it like a 1-drop. Maybe it's possible, but I mean the card is solid, and depending on what options you have to cheat out, could be very strong. So
Yeah, like you said, it cheats out a card, and I'm expecting them to get something else to synergize with this card. I'm not sure, especially because it's any purple card really. Again, it's not
that is
limited.
true. Yeah, it doesn't
It's
say
not
anything
it's
about
not
Foxy
restricted to
Pirates.
Fox. Yep.
Yeah, that's interesting. So could always just cheat out a little blocker or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the card you have to add is a Foxy card, but the card you play doesn't have to be.
Yeah. That is kind of cool. I like that. All right, moving on. You got it.
Dusty, the wifey.
And
She's a 9 cost, 9K power, CP0, no counter. On play, you may place one of your characters into the trash, KO up to one of your opponent's characters. So it's a 9-drop removal. You could sack a little guy and just get rid of absolutely anything on your opponent's board, which is kind of nuts. Again, it's a very good generic black card if you ask me. There's no restriction as far as what leader you have to play it with. So it's really good black removal.
yeah, I actually really like this card. I haven't. So these are the cards I haven't read yet. That's sweet, and I imagine maybe some of the cards, like the new CP0 cards, will have effects going to the trash, which could synergize with leader and this card. I mean,
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
we could get a little bit Yu-Gi-Oh in here with the the milling stuff and getting effects. Could get a little bit scary, but
You know what?
card
I'm
is
surprised.
solid.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that. Like, this card gets a certain effect if it gets milled or whatnot.
Yeah, that could be interesting. Even just without that, just trading getting rid of one of your 1-drops to kill
Yeah.
anything is kind of good. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty sweet. I'll take Mr. Dragon here. He's an 8/9 Revolutionary Army, has Rush, Word, and on play, give your leader up to one of your characters up to 2 Rested Dawn. This card is just good. It works very well with the deck. It's 8/9 Rush character, so decent stats. Obviously you can't have vanilla stats, and just being able to give 2 Dawn to anything, and then your leader could just give it back to him. So you could swing like 7 with your leader and then 11 with him. So I mean, that's solid. That's solid.
Yeah, I agree. It's just all around really good card for the Revolutionary deck, and the Dragon Leader especially. It just works. It's like peanut butter and jelly kind of thing.
Yeah, just it does what you want to do. Also, I think this is I'm pretty sure this is the Revolutionary Army's first actual top end. I think they just had Sabo before this, so
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
so that is pretty cool. Moving on, you got Boa.
Boa, Hancock, 6 cost, 8K power, 7 Warlords, and Kuja Pirates. On play, up to one of your opponent characters other than Monkey D. Luffy cannot attack until the end of the next turn. Then, place up to 1 cost, 1 or less character on the bottom of its owner's deck. It's not bad. It's 6K for it's a 6-drop for 8K. That's good. No counter though, obviously, for that much power. Yeah, I think it's a decent card for the deck. It stops them from attacking you. Again, breathing room is always nice in One Piece, especially with all the aggro types of decks that there are out there. The place, the one cost. I guess it could go good with the getting rid of a little block on your opponent's board, or with your with the boa leader effect as well. Just something leaving. You get the draw if you have 5 or less.
Yeah, just getting a draw is pretty sweet. I also love that it has the flavor text, kind of like an L, where you can't
Yeah.
freeze Luffy. It's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. I mean, vanilla stats always good. Could work on curve, and then yeah, it's like the added benefit of if you can bottom deck something, that's cool. You get a draw one.
Yeah.
Even if it's just your own thing, like you probably don't mind just taking the draw one over leaving
Yeah,
the one
one
cost
drop.
on the board. So yeah, I mean, card is good. Might have more synergy, seeing if they have more one drops. We'll definitely find out. This also, thinking about it, this doesn't have any restrictions. You could play this in like Sakazuki.
This is true. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
which is kind of funny. I don't know how good it would be because I think you'd normally want to play on like your 7 Dawn turn, and I guess if you have like an Ice Age, it could bottom a 6 or less. I don't know, kind of interesting. I mean, can it freeze leader?
It's,
or no?
it's a possibility.
It only freezes characters. It can't freeze leader. I don't know. The card is solid. Again, just having vanilla stat line and a decent effect.
Well, if you think about it, Sakazuki, right? You play this, you get rid of something, and then you force something to not be able to attack. So you're hitting two things essentially, almost.
Yeah, it's definitely not bad. Also, like, there's no restriction on what it can freeze, so freezing like the
Yeah.
top end could be solid.
Again, breathing room. I like that.
Yeah, word. I'm taking Basil because this card is too lit. 6/7 Supernova Hawkins Pirate. If your leader has Supernova in its type, this character gains blocker once per turn. If this character were to be removed from play by one of your opponent's effects, you may instead rest up to one of your opponent's characters. This card is sweet. Also very, very flavorful. Goes along with just how Hawkins is like Devil Fruit works. That's pretty sick.
Yep.
But yeah, just having 7k blockers, always good. Any blocker above your leader is usually pretty sweet. And also just saying no to him dying, basically free blocking stuff, like especially big attacks and just tapping something else is pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. The only thing that I really find sad about this card is that it's not a 5 cost.
Yeah, we were just saying that. Like, imagine this card, 5 cost 7k. Come on, man, put it in law. Let's go, bounce into it. That'd be too.
I would
lit.
take 5k, 5 drop 6k for law. Like.
Yeah, honestly, I probably would too. The card is very good.
I agree. You could probably get away with playing it in law, but it doesn't synergize as well as you would want it to. The card is just really good overall, though.
Yeah, I feel like it's more fitting in just mono green decks, or maybe you'd play it. What are all the Supernova leaders? It's Bonnie, Kid,
Bonnie,
Law. Are those all the ones that are green?
What is there?
There's
Red
also,
Green Luffy, right?
Yeah, Red Green Luffy. It's sounding probably just the best in like Bonnie or Kid. I feel like
the
decks are just kind of hard play stuff. They don't really cheat anything out or anything like that. So card is still just really good regardless.
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty dope. Again, just sad that you can't play it in law that well.
Unfortunate. You got next one. These arts are sick, by the way.
Yeah, I love the. I think the one on the right was a cover picture somewhere, wasn't it?
I think it's the box art. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. I remember I saw it somewhere.
Yeah.
So we got Monkey D. Luffy yellow, 5 cost 6k power. He's got 4 Emperors, which is a new thing for him.
That's true.
I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Egghead Straw Hat Crew. He's got a 1k counter. Activate main. You may place this character in your trash. If your life is 2 or less, KO up to one of your opponent's cost 4 or less characters, then draw 1 card. Or on trigger, you can KO up to one of your opponent's cost 4 or less characters. Not bad. Obviously you'll probably be playing it in Egghead. Honestly, it synergizes with his life total, but I don't know how often you'll be at 2 life with that deck. Maybe, maybe towards the end game, you'll probably be there a couple times.
I feel like you'll be there more than you think you would be. Honestly,
I hope so.
Also, I think this being just a turn 1 play is like pretty sick.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even think of that. That is quite literally a turn 1 play. Yeah, you're right.
Turn 1, and yeah, it kind of it'll probably stay on board like 2 turns, and you could always just trade it into removing something they played on curve if you're going first.
Yep.
Yeah, the card is nice. Little bit of control as we're seeing. You know, we'll probably end up seeing more. I'd say removal, honestly, for the Egghead stuff. So, pretty cool, pretty cool.
Yeah, if we see some more cool stuff, I might play Egghead. I don't know. We'll see.
If we get all the Straw Hats in their Egghead uniforms,
Oh, yeah.
like, that'd be kind of be too sick. Like, might have to. Especially if they all get like alt arts like this. Like, come
Oh,
on.
that'd be awesome.
Let's see. Is there anyone else? I think there is. Yeah, there's Lilith. I think.
There you go.
The last one, a little bit more yellow stuff. 3/5 Scientist Egghead. On play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck and reveal up to 1 card with the type Egghead other than Lilith and put it into your hand. Then put the rest of the cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. And trigger, if your leader is Vegapunk, play this card. Searcher for the deck, we take those.
Yep.
Also, just straight up free if you slap it in life. Just that's card is good. Again,
It's very good at Vegapunk. Yeah, obviously.
very fitting as we see. They're definitely catering the Egghead stuff to Vegapunk.
I'm expecting to see more of the if you keep up with the manga, a couple more characters along this what should I say? Damn, edit this out because my brain just took a
No,
fart.
it's all good. Spoiler warning. If we get to see all of the variations of Vegapunk as cards, that would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where you were going with that.
Yeah, I was just trying not to say it in that fashion.
Yeah, well,
Because I know a lot of people don't read the manga as well.
Very quickly, so hopefully someone, if
There
they
you
were
go.
prepared. If you weren't, I'm sorry, but yeah, that's all we have for now, I believe. Here's the pack art. It's pretty cool.
I'm excited. And this week we get EB01, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Honestly, what were the leaders in that again? It's Odin, Hannibal, and there's someone else. Who am I forgetting?
I couldn't tell you.
Regardless, I'm excited for Odin because I like red-green as a color type, and that seems lit. That's all.
Well, don't forget all the law support.
Of course. 5-drop, what's his name? Cavendish. There we go.
Cavendish, and then you have the killer too, right?
Yeah, like the 4 becomes 7 conditionally. I forget why it becomes 7. But I feel like that's more red-purple support, honestly. Just cheating out a 7k rusher. That's kind of good. But
so far this set is looking very interesting. It's probably, I would expect it to be very centered around the Egghead cards mostly.
Yeah, definitely.
What I'm most curious about is what do you think the manga art's gonna be?
If we could, here, we'll take a quick look at everyone here right now. I think it's definitely not gonna be Luffy. I mean, come on,
No, I don't think we get another Luffy.
It might be Dragon. I mean, maybe Dragon.
Yeah,
sometime in the
see
spotlight.
I could see it.
I don't know. Like, maybe by the time this is released, we'll have a bit more on Dragon, and it'll feel a bit more fitting.
Where's the Zoro manga from?
OP06.
Oh, okay, so you know what? It could be the 3-drop Sanji. We haven't, they've done a couple Straw Hats now.
That is true. I feel like it'd be disrespectful if it's this Sanji though. like
That's fair. It's not a very good card, yeah. So you're kind of right on that one. We gotta wait for a really good Sanji card.
Maybe they'll give his 9-drop, just randomly throw it in here. I don't think they do that though. I feel like it's always cards from the set. Right now my bets are on Dragon. We'll have to see though.
Yeah, I could see that being the case, 100%. Like if it wasn't Dragon, I don't think I could see anybody else really.
Yeah, at least from what we've seen. I doubt they do a Boa. Hawkins, no. I mean, they could do another Luffy, but why would they do that?
That'd be weird. Because they use the manga already for that. What other panels are they gonna use?
Yeah.
It was a very fitting manga rare card.
Yeah. I'm actually really excited for. I really want to see the Altar leaders. I'll definitely have to make a video once. Because I'm most excited for the Lucci one.
Yeah, the regular Lucci art looks fucking. Excuse me for the curse, but it looks amazing already.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the alt art on that one. It's gotta look really cool.
I think Lucci just always looks really cool.
I would expect that maybe the alt art might be him from the Egghead arc in the manga.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. I kind of hope they like do the faces again, but he's just in like the leopard form. I think that'd be kind of
Oh
funny.
yeah,
I love the manga faces. It's definitely my favorite leader alt art.
the Kinemon's though the funniest one I think.
Yeah. Like I feel like everyone from this set is pretty relevant, or at least the leaders are pretty relevant in the manga
Yeah,
right
there's
now.
not like yeah,
Except
yeah,
Foxy. Like
100%.
why is Foxy here?
He had his weird arc, you know.
He's gonna come back. This OP07, they're teasing it. He's gonna come back.
He's gonna replace Buggy's Emperor.
um, but yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up the video. Lewis, thank you for joining me.
No problem, anytime. Happy to be here.
And yeah, you guys, whenever alt arts get released and stuff like that, I'll probably almost definitely do a video on them. So expect to see that. And yeah, any last words, Lewis? Take it away.
I got no last words. I was just happy to be here, talk about these cards. I love this game. I love playing the game. And I'm just, happy to see the game doing pretty well right now, honestly.
Yeah, it's in a pretty good state. I don't love the meta, but that's all right. People are still playing it a ton, and that's all good. But
Yeah, I mean, there's always gonna be a meta or two that someone doesn't like.
yeah,
Just card games, in general.
yeah, it do just be like that. OP06 is looking sick though, and so is
Oh yeah,
OP07. So we're looking good.
word.
But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Well.